For real. I got the answer.
This is not a drill boxing's biggest super fight, just took a wild turn outside the ring and outside the airport terminal. Fresh off their historic press tours and that already viral shove during the New York face-off, Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford shattered expectations once again. But this time it wasn't on stage or in the ring. It was real life, in public, with no ropes, no rules. Just pure chaos unfolding at Las Vegas International Airport as stunned fans watched and security scrambled to separate two of the baddest men in boxing.
Things are being thrown. There's no room for this in the sport. There's no room for the Davis brothers to be in the building tonight. The police escorted them out. You saw.
Let's break down what really happened, what led to this explosive moment between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford, and what it means for what's now shaping up to be the biggest, most emotionally charged fight of the year.
Canelo, what would it look like?
Come on, man. Yeah, I know what I do. I ain't got to talk about it on the streets. I'm me against anybody. I ain't never gonna say another man gonna whoop me. So, you know what I mean? That's your answer right there.
I guess in Guadalajara, you think it'd be a little different on the streets if Terence came to town?
I think every city, every place is different, no? It's different. But we don't talking about the streets. We're talking about boxing, the beautiful sport of boxing. So that's different, way different than the streets.
Let's be real, Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford have never liked each other. Not in interviews, not on social media, and definitely not face-to-face. Their beef didn't begin with a handshake, it started with years of call-outs, jabs, and rising tension that's only grown louder with time.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. It's a conversation. It's not just, oh, man, you will whoop his ass.
Like, yes, man type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Majman.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stones. It's about now.
Bud Crawford has been chasing this fight for years, after cleaning out the welterweight division and dismantling Errol Spence. He made it clear he was after greatness, and that meant going after Canelo Alvarez, boxing's cash king and reigning super middleweight champion.
Talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
But Canelo wasn't trying to hear it for years, he brushed Bud off, calling him too small, too irrelevant, and not worth the risk. Fans saw it as ducking. Crawford saw it as pure disrespect. In the moment the fight was finally announced, all that bad blood erupted instantly.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this in the last couple of years. I have not been against Terence Crawford against nobody like that. You got to show me that you can beat.
The moment Bud stepped into the ring after Canelo's last fight, the energy shifted. Tension was thick. The face-off was explosive. The shove made instant headlines. The press tour turned into an all-out war.
The last fighters that you fought, they ain't on my level. And you
I
know
fought everybody.
the last fighters you fought since 2002.
Mention me one. You
Since
mention me
2002.
one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
Look,
It's gonna be
you.
me.
I don't
And
care
you
about
will-
nobody else.
And you will see that.
You. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stump a mud hole in your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? Same everybody else been saying since I moved to 147, I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them stump a mud hole in their ass and he gonna be next. Watch.
The fight is scheduled for September 13th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. But to build the hype, they've been on a fiery 3-city promo tour after intense stops in New York and Los Angeles. Vegas was set to be the grand finale.
I'm hunting him. That's it. I'm hunting everything that he got. And I'm gonna take it come September 13th. I want all the people in the stands that booed me, they gonna cry when they go home. They cry. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Crawford touched down in Vegas the day before, already posting workout clips and media tour content. He looked calm, focused, and full of quiet confidence.
Listen, however they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight, and I'm going to win the fight. It's simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you push for?
No, I didn't.
And there's any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
Wasn't nearly as smooth. Reports said his flight was delayed. His team looked frustrated, and when he finally landed, something felt off. There were no smiles, no waves to the media, no fan selfies, just a silent storm brewing in his demeanor.
Canelo, what did you think about the shove, that moment that happened on stage?
Oh, I'm turning on right now.
Right? Yeah. Did it make you want to go harder for the 13?
I don't know, but made me feel more excited.
I love it.
I'm gonna train so hard.
What no one saw coming was that Crawford happened to be just a few gates away. Everything went down near the airport's baggage claim, where, according to multiple eyewitnesses, Bud was surrounded by media when someone spotted Canelo walking through the terminal. The tension was immediate. The energy shifted. And within seconds, the two locked eyes. No words. Just raw hostility. Canelo suddenly lunged forward, shoved past security, stepped straight into Bud's face, and landed a punch square on his jaw. Chaos broke out instantly. Bud stumbled but didn't back down. And his team rushed in to prevent a full-blown brawl. This wasn't marketing. This was real. Canelo was furious. Crawford was ready. And the world just got an unfiltered glimpse of what this fight is truly about.
I don't respect him anymore because he say I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that, and then he tried to maybe Turkey Al-Ashi told him, "Hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh." So and he tried to like he walking me back, and that's why I pushed him. And like I say, don't with me.
Does it bring a different Canelo then?
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you watch Saunders fight, right?
Which one? The Saunders. Oh,
He pissed me off. He pissed me off.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be almost.
Forget the belts. Forget the pay-per-view numbers. This fight is all about ego. About proving who the real king of boxing is. Canelo has never been hit like this. Not just outside the ring, but in the court of public opinion, where fans are now accusing him of being rattled, of losing his composure, and of finally coming to terms with the possibility that Terence Crawford might actually beat him.
Knock him out to beat him. He's never been knocked out before, but he lost fights before. So everybody, that's coming in thinking that I need a knockout to beat Canelo Alvarez is wrong. And that's not the approach that, we take in this fight. If the knockout comes, then it comes. But we're not going in there to knock him out. We're not looking for the knockout.
Terence, you've said if you win, you feel you're on the Mount Rushmore.
I didn't say if I win.
Okay.
I said when I win.
When you win. Well, with that, what is Terence Crawford's legacy with a win over Canelo?
Listen, I already said it. I'm on that mountain. There ain't nothing less to...
Bud, on the other hand, just became even more dangerous. Taking a punch outside the ring and refusing to back down is mental warfare at its finest. That's alpha energy. That's I'm not scared of you behavior. And it sent a loud message before the first bell has even rung.
The negative things about Canelo's resume, but I won't. I wanna pay homage to the fighters that he fought. And if he don't wanna pay homage to the fighters I fought, if he think they nobodies, then come fight time, then I wonder what they're gonna say after I beat him.
When he pushed you, I know you've gained weight. You look actually a lot bigger. When he gave you a half shove, how is that size feeling now?
Listen, that wasn't nothing.
That was
what I mean? That little push didn't do nothing, as you can see. But come fight time, we're not gonna be pushing, we're gonna be punching. So
what makes this whole situation even spicier is that one man is watching it all unfold from the shadows, with a smirk. Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, the same Floyd who was the last to school Canelo in the ring, and just as the press tour kicked off, he grabbed headlines himself by calling Canelo easy work and even teasing a possible rematch.
You can take a guy like Canelo, this guy can do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting.
Canelo just punched Crawford outside an airport. Floyd's legacy looks even sharper. It's as if Canelo can't keep his composure when the spotlight isn't entirely on him. With Crawford backed by Oscar de la Hoya and Floyd steadily throwing shade, the old guard is beginning to circle Canelo's kingdom, ready to watch the once untouchable king finally fall.
Canelo that is similar to a Bivol, he's going to have trouble with. Anyone who stays on their toes, anyone who flicks a jab in front of his face, anybody who knows how to keep the distance, just like Bivol did, Canelo will have trouble. That's the bottom line, because again, he walks on quicksand. That's just what his style is. I mean, it's worked for him all these years, and he's become accustomed to knocking his opponents out, walking them down with a lot of power. He can take advantage of it, Charlo, if he knows how to use his distance. And the distance you get with your feet, the distance you obviously utilize with your jab, you keep your distance. But if you know how to combine the footwork with your jab or your right hand or your combinations, then it's a perfect combination to...
This is boxing, so some are calling it staged, claiming the punch was fake. Just another Paultason-style stunt to boost pay-per-view sales. But here's the difference. This isn't an exhibition. This isn't fighting for fun. This is a legacy-defining war. And Canelo doesn't do play fighting.
Man Films. What up, Biz? Who you got? Canelo Crawford.
Yeah.
Got Canelo.
I heard the punches that he hit Charlo with. I don't know if Crawford can absorb those punches. I know he's a great man and a great warrior. When you come from 147 to put on a better fight than Charlo, I mean, I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that means that Crawford is so great and he can do that, or that means that Charlo set the bar so damn low that anybody could do better than Charlo did last night.
Do skill really pay the bill? Because that'll be tested.
Well, pays the bill. That's why Canelo's skillful too.
Punch was staged. Then both men deserve Oscars, but judging by the chaos that followed, the way security scrambled, and the pure fury on Canelo's face, yeah, that was as real as it gets.
But what if Canelo shoves you again in his press conference?
I'm gonna cry like a baby.
All right, thank you.
The bad blood is boiling. And Canelo clearly has something to prove. Mainly that he's still the guy, the face of boxing, but now he's acting out of character, getting emotional, throwing punches. At airports, and that's not champion energy anymore. That's panic.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out, from Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't
I'm
just saying, man.
No, but he's not Kovalev.
Kovalev was older.
He
does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power. But all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo go?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
Meanwhile, Crawford is walking tall. With nothing to lose, he wins. He becomes a legend overnight. If he loses, he dared to be great, and there's no shame.
And of course, look, you've accomplished everything. You're a first ballot Hall of Famer. You've been undisputed now in 2 weight classes. This would give you an undisputed championship in a 3rd weight class. But not just that, you know you're fighting an all-time great, and you know that the credit's gonna go to you if you beat a guy like Canelo Alvarez at 168. Is that why you want it?
Well, when I beat him.
When you beat him.
Definitely. You know, the stakes is high. You know, it's high risk, high reward type of fight, and I'm looking forward to it.
When would you say, from memory, that you first thought this fight was a real possibility, that you started thinking about this fight actually happening?
Well, I started thinking about it, you know, a couple of years ago when they started talking about Spence fighting Canelo. Then just, you know, sizing him up, like, all right, how tall is he? You know, how long his arms and things like that, just sizing him up like that and going to his fights and things like that. And when he walk out the ring, I'm looking at him, I'm like, man, not all that big, you know. So me talking to him with Turkey and Turkey not wanting to fight, and me like, yeah, this is the fight that I want, being that, you know, he's the last great fighter of our era, you know. That's just like, you know what I mean, me fighting a Pacquiao, Mayweather, De La Hoya, and things like that. So that's why I wanted to fight.
Crawford's been calm, collected, and fueled, not shaken by Canelo's shove. He saw it as motivation, not intimidation. But let's talk about what this really means for Bud Crawford. This isn't just a jump in weight, it's a full-on leap into the lion's den. Canelo has been battling elite fighters at 168 and even 175 pounds, and his power is a different beast. Just ask Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, or even Sergey Kovalev. Meanwhile, Crawford started his career at 135 pounds 3. Full divisions down from where he's about to face the most dangerous challenge of his life.
Let me tell you what I think should be going. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jermell Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? when Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life, and he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it and lost fight number 2. Trained him for fight Rocky 3 and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
A lot of pros are genuinely concerned. Some are questioning what happens when Crawford takes a clean shot from Canelo to the ribs or the chin, because this isn't Errol Spence, and it's definitely not Sean Porter. This is Canelo, the face of Mexican boxing, with devastating knockout power in both hands. But the real question is, will Bud's elite skill and ring IQ carry up to 168, or will the jump in weight finally prove too much to overcome?
Terence Crawford has had one fight above 147 pounds, and everyone, including Terence Crawford, will tell you that was not his finest performance against Israel Madrimov. He is older than Canelo. He is coming up in weight. He is coming off a long layoff. I can't look at Canelo Williams' school and say, you know what? Canelo is too far in a decline to beat Terence Crawford. Not until I've seen what Terence Crawford looks like at 168 pounds.
No, same here. And even though we could see Canelo Alvarez diminishing, we're still going to favor him because he's been in there with the bigger, stronger men. Crawford's not going to be able to hurt him. Crawford will be able to pepper him up, win rounds. Like I tell you, I have an image of Canelo Alvarez after the fight. He's going to be bloodied and bruised because he's going to get pot-shotted. He's going to throw 2-3 punches, pepper him up, and then get an angle. Then once Canelo starts realizing I'm falling behind here or I'm getting hit too much, I got to do something great. That's when Crawford's going to have to get on his bike.
The pressure is on Canelo's dominance at 168 has gone unchallenged. But this isn't Williams' skull, and it's not John Ryder. This is Terence Crawford, the most accurate, tactical, and vicious switch hitter in boxing today. And truth be told, Canelo's recent performances haven't been all that impressive. He's still elite.
If Canelo couldn't knock out Charlo, or you really think that he's gonna knock out Crawford? I would pick Terence Crawford to beat a Canelo Alvarez, even at 168. Everybody can call me crazy and whatever you want to say. I get it. Y'all didn't believe me when I told you about Spence, but trust me, Crawford will figure out a way. I know a secret y'all don't know, and I ain't gonna tell you why I would pick Terence Crawford, but it's part of the secret is the reason why I'm picking him to win the fight.
But there are signs he's slowing down, and Crawford sees it. So that's exactly why he took the fight.
I always try to respect my opponents, and I think he don't did them because he really wanted to do. I think Turki Al-Ashi told him you need to do something, and he did. And now before I respect his word because he say, oh, I'm not gonna let somebody to tell me what I need to do, and he did. So, but you know me. I respect everybody, but if you with me, so it's gonna be different.
Terence, is that true? Did Turki Al-Sheikh ask you to spice things up?
Turkey didn't ask me to do nothing. I didn't touch him.
You know.
Listen.
Hey, we know, buddy. We know.
First and foremost, somebody was in the room saying that I was scared of them. So I stepped to him and showed him who was the boss of this fight. I ain't scared of.
Hey, I never say that. Your uncle say that, not me.
I ain't scared of shit, and you're gonna find that out. As you seen, the last press conference.
We'll see.
When I walked you down, when you supposed to be the bigger man.
Yeah, hey, you say that because you fighting with nobody, and you obviously look like you're a great fighter. But you find out September 13th, this is gonna be different for you.
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
So that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments section below. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next one.